and welcome. My name is Ayman Ahmed. Today we're going to go over the Windows Server 2012 R2 basic configuration. Here is our tasks that we're going to go over today. The first one is the server basic configuration. We're going to rename the server because now I just finished the installation of this server and it has a generic name that's generated by the operating system. And here B, we are going to assign this IP address 192.168.2.254. Let's just go to our server. This is the server here. So let's check to see what name that it has now. I'll go click on start and right click on computer here. I'll go properties, change setting, and change. This is the name that the server has so far now, and you see it does not belong to any domain, and it's a member of a work group now. So let's just give it this name here. I will say server 2012. Say for example, we said this domain controller 01. I will go OK, and it's going to ask us to reboot the server. Okay, you must restart your computer to apply the changes. I will say OK, and close. So I will just do the IP address before I restart too. You can restart and do it, is up to you. Click here, IPv4, and now your server has to have an static IP. So 192.168.168. Let me just follow this here. I already forgot. .2.254.2.2.2.254. Okay, we're going to use class C default subnet mask, and that's fine there. Here, the DNS will be the server. You can do the loopback of the server, or you can do the IP address of the server. It doesn't matter because it's going, like say now if I do this, after I go OK and then I visit this the network adapter again, is going to say 172.0.0.1, which is the loopback of the server, or you give the server its own IP address, because this server domain controller, we're going also to install DNS in here. Okay, so we'll go OK, close this window too, and this window. So I will say restart now. Okay, I'll be right back after it's up. Okay, the server is already started, but I would like to warn you now, because look here. Now let's see, the server is going to log automatically after you restart it. You're going to log you in automatically. So if you go here start, you see now it's like Ahmad1. It took, during the installation, it took this one, Ahmad1. This is the host, the physical machine, the account that's available on the physical machine. So it took it from there. And this one is not an administrator. So all the time, like say, when you do your labs, when you do your exams and all those, using virtual machines, the server is going to log you in with a local account that has been generated from the host machine. So you have to be careful. So now I will log off from here, sign out, and I will sign in as administrator because I need to install features and roles. So, and you have to have administrator privileges. So I'll go here. You see, you have two accounts now. I'll go here, administrator, and then I put my password. So password. Okay. So now you see you have your server manager. It's up. So here, let's go to our tasks to see. So now we have done this one. Change the name, IP address, and now we are going to install and configure the DHCP. Number one, let's add the role of the DHCP. So now let's just double check our work here to see that we have so right click here on the network adapter, change adapter settings, properties. This one, you see, this is a still has the IP address that we assigned earlier, so it looks good. Now what we can do is can go here to check the computer name. Okay, properties, change settings, change. You see, it has the name that we assigned earlier too. Okay, now let's just install or add the role of DHCP. We go manage, add roles and features, next, next. Okay, we have the IP address of the server and we have the server name. Everything else looks fine here. Go next. Here you need to tick or tick the box that of the server of the roles that you need to add. So I'll go DHCP here. Need to add the features of this. Say okay. Go next. Also, there is no additional features that I would like to add. I will just take the default and go next and next. I will hit this one if the role and the features that you added, if it requires restart your machine, it will restart it automatically. If not, then you will stay logged in. So I will pause again till this one is finished, and I will be right back. Okay, the installation of the DHCP has been finished, and it took about 2 minutes. So I will close this window here. As you see here from your dashboard of the server manager, now you have a DHCP. It has been listed here. So now if I go tools and then DHCP, I'll not be able to do any new configurations here, right? Because you need to activate it first. You need to activate the your DHCP services and all those here. So you click on more. To complete the installation again, I'll say commit. So you need to click on this one here. So I'll say done. Done, done, done. Okay, so now even though it's saying not activated, but you should be able to do to configure your DHCP scopes and all those here. Now I can go tools, DHCP. Here on the DHCP, I can right click. Just let's do this here. Look at those here. Let's expand this one. This one. I'll go right click, new scope. Next. Say I will name my scope Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi office, for example. Description, you can put any description, like say this is scope. This is Abu Dhabi scope. Okay, I'll go next. Okay, starting IP. Which IP address you would like your DHCP server to give out when a client requested any IP address? Okay, we'll go 192.168.192. Oops. 192.168.2.1, for example, and ending IP 192.168.2.100. So all the IP addresses from 1 to 200 is going to be that's my starting and ending IP addresses. Okay, the length is 24 because it detected it from the first octet 192, and 192 is class C, and class C has a default subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, which is 24 bits. I'll go next here. Okay, now do you want to exclude any numbers? I will say, okay, I would like to exclude here, you know, okay, yes, I would like to exclude 192.168.2.1 all the way to 192.168.2.15. So those will not be given out. Like say I wanna have those ones for exclude them from, you know, being available to clients. So I might have those as a static IPs or something. Want to give them to our other devices like printers, routers, maybe a switch, maybe something else, or a server. Okay, next. So the least duration is 8 days. I will keep it to 8 hours. We went over this before, and you know, depends on the nature of your network, right? So if you need to increase the performance of your network, and your network is a type of those busy networks, you might need to increase the duration time up, right? So that's to limit the DHCP messages and talks between, you know, clients and servers. Okay, next. Yes, I want to configure those ones, and here you need to put your default gateway. I will put 192.168 dot, say for example 1 dot I will say 254, for example. This one is your default gateway, because you know that DHCP will give you an IP address automatically and then assign other TCP IP configurations, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS, and all those here. Okay, DNS, you see, because our server is a DNS, well, yes, that's fine. So this is the other IP address that your DHCP gives out. WINS, we don't have WINS, it's old. So we are new generation. So we'll go just next one here. Yes, I would like to activate it. I would like to activate this one, and I'll say yes here. And as you see, I have it here. This is our scope, which is Abu Dhabi office, and address leases. We did not lease any IP addresses so far, so that's why it's empty. Reservation, we did not reserve any. That's why also it's, you know, nothing in there. Scope options, we have those here by default. We'll go over that in a little bit. Okay, so now our server is ready to give IPs. Let me jump back to our Windows 7, which is the our client machine, go to adapter settings, properties here. Okay, now I will say this one is obtain an IP address automatically, which is it should get an IP. Let me just balance it to this and this one back here, and then I say okay, okay, close. I'll go here to our CMD. So if it gets an IP, because we excluded the IP addresses from 192.168.2.1 all the way to 192.168.2.15. So if our DHCP is working fine and everything is correctly, this client machine, our Windows 7, should get the IP address of 192.168.2.16. Let's see, IP config. You see, it's .16. It's got it. You see here? It got it here. So, and this is a default gateway. That's the IP address we put, which is the IP address of the server, because you know you put here your default gateway, your real default gateway IP address, which is your the router, the nearest router interface that's connected to this client machine. Okay, so here now. Let's just go back to our server here and let's just do some reservation here. I'll get a new reserve, which the reservation name, I'll say manager. You say, like, say you want to give your manager static IP that will never change from the server. Okay, you go like say manager. This is the manager. PC, for example, or it might be printer or something. I would like to give the manager .10 or .5. Yeah, 2.5. Here now, the reservation can work with the MAC address. So you need the MAC address of that printer or that PC. You need to plug it in here. Okay, so I will go to our Windows 7 client. CMD IP config /all to get the MAC address. MAC address. Okay, this is the MAC address, the physical address, which is the MAC address. So what you want is to put this one 000C. Okay, put it here. 000C29. E10CA. 2E10CA. 2E10CA. You know, the capitalization is not an issue, even though here it's saying like a capital C and capital A. That's fine. 2E10CA. We did that correctly, I believe. Yeah, CA. I'll go add. That's fine, and I'll say close it. You see, here you have this. Now, what I will do is I will go back to our client machine, and I can do this IP config release. It's fine. There's an error there. Or let me do this. Okay, renew. So it should get .5, that's 2.5, the one that we just put. So it's going there now, asking, doing all those messages and those gibberish. There. We'll give it a second. Okay, .5, it got it. Right? Now we did the reservation by MAC address. Okay, we added the roles and features. We authorized the server as a DHCP server. Remember when we did the commit thing? We configure scope, and also we did the reservation. See, and our client, it got an IP address automatically from the DHCP server, and we did the reservation and all that there. Okay, so now next let's just install the Active Directory. I'll go close this one. Go manage again. Add roles and features. Next, base role or feature based installation. This is not a remote desktop. Okay, this is our server. Select a server from the server pool. If we have more than one server that's connected to this forest or this domain, it will list all the servers here. So you need to select one. All right, so we just go next. We have only one server. What we are going to install is Active Directory Domain Services, the second one here. Yes, I need to add features to the default features. Just add them there. I'll go next. Go next again. Go next again. Here, what we did before, you got it. Tick this one here, and I'm sure restart is required on this. Install. I will pause, and I will be right back after it's finished installation. Okay, the installation is finished now. It took about 3 minutes. Now close this window. Now also, as you see here, Active Directory Domain Services, it listed here on our dashboard of the server manager. If you go here, click on this. Let me just go here as you configure the Active Directory Domain Services. I will go Active Directory Users and Computers. You see, it's giving us this here Active Directory Domain Services. To manage users and groups on this computer, use local users and group local. See, now I'll close this one because there is some additional. You see here also it has this red cross here, the red sign over there. I'll close this one, and we do have still more configurations to do in order to have our domain controller ready and up. We need to promote it to be a domain controller. So we go more, promote this server to a domain controller. Okay, so here, those options, you're familiar with those options, right? Add a domain controller to an existing domain we do not have because this is our first domain controller. Add a new domain to an existing forest. We do not have this one. So add a new forest. So the third option, because this is our new one. So I will say this one is, say for example, CNN dot or admc.edu, admc.education.edu. We'll go next. Okay, so also we talk about the functional level because here we have this is Windows Server 2012 and it's the only server that we have. But if we have mixed servers like Windows Server 2012 and Windows Server 2008 and Windows Server 2008 R2, then we need to select the functional level, which should be the lowest one on the mixed group of servers. So the lowest one, if you have a mix of those ones, it has to be the lowest one. So now we don't have this. I'll put a password. So that will be directory services remote mode. I'll put the password here. Password. Okay, next. And again here we are going to also install domain, DNS, domain name service. domain name system, and the global catalog here is grayed out because this is our first domain controller. Okay, we'll go next. I'll go next to here. Here the net bias, it will be our domain name. In our case is ADMC, and it will be just ADMC without .edu. You see ADMC. Next. Those are the location of the Active Directory domain services database. All those here, you don't need to play with those, the sysvolve and all those. So if you have a group of servers for synchronizations and updating the database and all those, so it needs those files, ntds, and the sysvolve. So don't even change the locations of those, leave them as their default. Next, here this is summary. Whatever what we just did, you see domain service yes, global catalog yes, create DNS delegation. We said no because we did not take that one there. Here this is the script. It's just a simple notepad. If you save this one on any location, and then you can use it as a script when you use the server core, so it will do all those as we did for the pre-installation here. This will be like your template if installing Active Directory domain services. Okay, and promoting it to domain controller. Next is just collecting information. That's a prerequisite. Need to be validated before Active Directory domain service is installed on this computer. Okay, this is what you need to look here. This one here. So all the prerequisite checks pass successfully. Now we need to click install. It will take a little bit for installation. And again, I will be right back after it finished the installation. Okay, the installation has been finished, and the server is rebooting itself. And again, I will be right back after it's reboot. Okay, now the server is up and ready. Let's go to Tools, Active Directory, Users and Computers. You see this one before it gave us an error here, but now it's working fine because we promoted to be a domain controller. Yay! Okay, so now we see here our domain admc.edu. We have users, OUs. It has a bunch of users here. You see again, Ahmad1 is here. You see that's the one that's created by the operating system, because we were using virtual machines here. It took it from the host machine, which is the physical machine that I'm hosting this virtual machine on. Administrator is the administrator account, right? We have a guest account here. We have a group. We have for DHCP users, DHCP administrators, and all those here. So all those created by default. Okay, now computers. This is the container or the OU, organization unit for computers. If you join any computer to a domain, this is the default location that it will come to. And here now, let's just create, one organization unit and then sub OUs under it for users and computer. Okay. Right click on your domain, new organization unit. I'll call this organization unit say marketing department. Marketing department. I'll say okay. You see this one here, you keep it as it is, the default, to this one, to protect container from accidental deletion. this one here. So accidentally, because you can have an organization unit and then you have thousands of items under it. If you accidentally deleted it, that's a time consuming. It will take you forever to return those items. Okay, right click. You see, before I did right click on the domain. Now I will right click under here to create sub organization unit. I'll say new organizational unit. I'll call it users. Say okay. Again here, and new organization unit. I'll call it computers. Say okay. So now I have users and computers under here. You see, while I'm here, let me just create another. Let me create a user under users here. I'll go new and users. I'll say this user, his name is ADMC. Initial A, last name ACT. ADMC, that's his user, his logon name. Here, I'll say password is password. Password. You see, if I keep this one ticked, that means the user, after the ADMC user, when he logs in using his username and this password, it will give him a chance to change his default password to his own password. I will just clear this one, and we know what those password never expired. User cannot change the password, will never be able to change the password. Password never expired. If you need to disable the account, you just click here. So I'll say next and finish. So now we have a user here. Okay, now since we have admc.edu, our domain is ready and up, let's just go to our Windows 7 and join this Windows, this machine to the domain. Okay, this is how you do it. Start. Right click on computer, properties, change settings, change here. Now you can change the, also, you know, it's very wise to change the name of your clients from this generic name to a name that you know. Maybe this one, it's in the, say, user, like by username or something, computer by their the user, the people that's using the computer. Like say, I'll say for example ADMC, this is the company name, A Ahmad, for example. This is the user that he's using this one here. I'll get also join to domain, and our domain name is admc.edu. We'll go OK, and it should ask us for username and password. Our username is administrator, and put the administrator password of the Active Directory word. Okay, hopefully it says welcome to the domain, which is admc.edu, and it says welcome. That's a good news. I'll say okay, and it will ask us to restart the machine here, which is our client. Okay, starting. I'll say restart now. Okay, while that's restarting, I'll just go here to our Active Directory. I'll go here to this is the name, the username that's we just created. I'll double click on it, or go right click properties. If you go here under account, then you see the logon hours and the logon to. Logon hours and logon to. So like say I need to restrict this user to a certain time that he or she will be able to log in, and when he or she will not be able to login, or access deny him from login. Okay, when it's all blue, that means now he or she will be able to log into this computer 24 hours from 12 to 12, 7 days a week. Okay, 12 to 12, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Now if I do this, now this one is deny, like you deny him or her 24 hours. Right? So now if you wanna, like, say now the time is 6:21. Like, say this guy, he works from 6 to 7, for example, 6 to 7 here. Today is Saturday. I'll go all the way here. So this is 6 to 9, 6 to 9, for example. I will allow him, permit him or her to log in. I'll say okay, apply, okay. So now if I go here to my Windows 7 and I say switch user, switch this here, ADMC, what's the password? This password. Say okay. Now he should be able to log in. There are currently no login server. Okay, let's look what that is. ADMC, that's their ADMC. Password. Password, no login server again. Let me just check something here real quick. And don't give me this. No, not okay. Here I go. That's fine. This is fine. Yeah. Okay. Just go back real quick to our Windows server. I need just to check something here. Account. Yeah. ADMC. ADMC. Okay, that's fine. Try one more time. Password. Okay, I need to troubleshoot this. Give me a sec. Okay, if you notice here, our client, which is our Windows 7, is getting 169.254.104.191. 169 is we know that's our subnet, and our IP addresses that's coming from our DHCP servers are 192.168.2, and it's supposed to be .5 because we reserved it. So this one is it's generated by the operating system. This one 169. So this is what we don't like. Let's just go to our server here. So here also, if you notice, after we install Active Directory, you see this one here. We have dot rate here, red dot. I'm sorry here, and this one. That means our server is not working. Our DHCP server is not working on the proper way that we are. It should work on. Okay, now this is our scope. You see here, if you check out the leases, we still have this. This is what our client PC should get. So, but if you click here, now you get this message: authorize the DHCP server. The DHCP server is not authorized, so you need to authorize the DHCP server so that's in Active Directory before it can assign IP addresses. Authorization is a security protection that ensure that only authorized DHCP server run on your network domain, on your network. So here, just go there, click here on DHCP, and then go to action. On the action, click on manage authorized server. We need to authorize the server. We can give the IP address of our server, which is 192.168.2.254. So I'll say OK. This is it. Yeah, you see here it's checked the name, and the name is server 2012 DC01, and then our domain name is admc.edu. I'll say OK, and you see the DHCP server could not contact Active Directory. That's interesting. So I'll say OK. Let me try this again. I'll say OK again, and bingo, it's authorized. So I'll say close. Now I'll just click over here, and I'll do refresh. You see now that sign, it went away. So now if I go back to our Windows 7 client, and then just let's do IP config, you see it got to 2.5 already. 2.5 is right there. So now let me just log off here and sign as ADMC. Switch user. ADMC. Password is password. Enter. So this time we're able to log in. Okay, this is just preparing the desktop because it's the first login. While it's logged in, let's do some changes here on the Active Directory users and computers. Go here under marketing department, users. You have this guy here. So let's just change the account. On the account, login the hours. Let's say that if we would like to deny him from, like, say he works only from 6 o'clock from 6 to 4, which is here, and only until Thursday. So this is permitted to do this here. So I'll say OK, apply, OK. I'll go back to our Windows 7. Still doing that. We'll log off and log in. So now just log off. Let's log in back. We should not be able to. You see here, your account has time restrictions, so that prevents you from logging on this time. Log on at this time here, so we are not able to. Let me just go back to the server here, accounts, login hours. Okay, so now went back to the default. He should be able to log in 24 hours. Just let me try something else here. Accounts again, log on. Now this time is by computer. So our computer name here is on this machine. This here, it's ADMC dash A Ahmad. So now, like say there's another user, this guy, he should be only be able to log in on this computer if I put the computer name, which is ADMC A Ahmad. So if I hit add and OK, then if this user went to another PC, he should not be able to log into. Like say there's another guy, like say A or Muhammad Sultan M. Sultan. This is his computer. They're working on the same company. And like say Ahmad, he went to um, A Sultan, only to A Sultan PC. And now like say A Ahmad, say for example this one is A Sultan PC, and then he would like to log in using this one here, ADMC password, this password. So now it should not be able also to log in, because here it says your account is configured to prevent you from using this computer. So you should not be able to use this computer, only use from your PC, which is because this is Ahmad and trying to log in on ADMC. He should be only be able to log in as M Sultan, as a for a M Sultan PC. That's a PC name. All right, so I believe that's it. That's all. I hope this has been informative, and I would like to thank you for viewing. Thank you.